What does democracy mean to you?
It means that every citizen has a weight on the decision.
Democracy, when the people have a word to say about who's ruling the country or the state. Yes.
Well, democracy is to give everyone a voice and, well, to have maybe also people that represent the voice of others that cannot really take their role in the public space and public debate. So.
Well, a government elected by the people that is not always ideal because, sometimes the people are stupid. But okay. So, it has pros and cons, but yeah, basically popularity contest.
For me, democracy is a system where you elect representatives to do politics for you.
Everybody can say something about what governments will say.
It depends how do you define it. I guess democracy means the power to the people as much as you can. That's why I'm a strong believer in what you can call direct democracy, not as much as representative. The more power to people, the more democracy you have, I guess. The more, if the structure is more horizontal than vertical, I guess you have more democracy.
What are some important values that you think politicians should have?
Ecological one.
Yeah, ecology, like she said, and honesty.
Empathy. Knowing why people voted for you and making sure that people are still okay with what you do and are supportive of your work. And if they don't want you to do something, you're supposed to represent them and so act accordingly. Yeah. That's what I mean about empathy.
Well, feminism, equality, fighting racism, stuff like that. Ecology, it's important.
Honesty, maybe. But also the common good, but also I guess the common good sometimes implies lying to people. So I understand politicians often have dilemmas. I understand it's not easy being in office, being a politician. We give them a lot of shit, but they don't have an easy job.
Wow, really, really vast question. Well, to listen to the people, not only one category of people. I think young people are not really interested in politics right now. Well, not as much as we should, at least. And it's also because political are not listening to the youngest, I think. To always listen, and I don't know, to be pragmatic as well, but between ethics and pragmatic sometimes it's difficult to find a balance. But
humility, knowing that you can't know everything, to see things from the perspective of others. Well, I guess if you're a far left activist, it's hard to see the perspective of a far right activist. Well, sometimes when I listen to politicians, it's like a debate, but no one is listening. Just people talking and then waiting for the other one to talk. Doesn't even listen. Even if they disagree or agree, it doesn't matter. Just, you're done. Now it's my turn, and then no one is listening to each other.
And do you think many politicians have these values?
I don't know. No, it depends on who, but yeah, there still remains a lot of extremism and traditional values, I think. But Europe is alright.
I don't want to be the guy that say, they're all bad, everything is corrupt. It's not what I want to say, but you can enter politics with, I guess, values, but in a way when it becomes your full-time activity. That's what I do not like politicians. Like politics shouldn't be your full-time activities. It should be a brief moment in your life, or there shouldn't be dynasty of politicians, as you can see everywhere. So I guess you can enter the domain of politics with value, but in a way, power, corrupt in a sense.
How do you choose who to vote for in elections?
Well, I look at the programs and I look if the political have the same values than me. So, well, yeah, it really depends. Also, I try to see if it can be possible to do those things, because sometimes they do a lot of promises and there is nothing behind. So, yeah, I try to, if it's realistic.
Well, I've never voted yet because I wasn't 18 when at the last elections. But first, I start left-leaning. I try to find what are their campaign about, what things they want to do, and if it's right with me.
Well, you get to have information, search for information about what the people that present themselves, like what they have to say, what they want to do when they get elected.
I do not vote. I'm that kind of person. Since I don't really like representative democracy, I see the thing. If a political party gives you a way of seeing the world and how the world works. If you're in a total adhesion to the party and how the party, whatever party, it's like you cannot be, if all the points made by the party are the same as yours, it's called fanatism. I don't see how could it be otherwise. And it's dangerous. But if you still vote for a party and some of those points made by the party are not yours, but you're still voting for that party, it's like hypocrisy. So I prefer to have like another way of seeing things. Like nobody can more represent myself than myself. So I don't want to elect a person that is going to be my voice. I want to have my voice. I want to speak for myself. I don't want somebody else doing that. So I do not vote, but I'm not. It's not like I'm, because sometimes when people say, yeah, do not vote, other people say, yeah, well, you're lazy. People died for that. You should. But if politics for you is only made by simply voting every 4 years, well, politics is much more than that. I think so. It's in everyday conversation, in its association. It's like thinking about the world. It's much more than just voting.
I look at the different ideas that are on different parties, and I choose the one that fits me more, and usually that's ecological one.
Same, but it's rare that someone has really the same ideas than me.
I don't know. I usually choose someone that I don't like because there's someone else that I like even less. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever, to avoid that other bad guy to get into office.
Well, I have like my ideology, let's say, and my values, and I follow politics. I follow the news, so I know what's going on. I know what parties stand for, what they want, and based on that, I sort of I look which party matches my ideology and my wishes for the future.
Will you be voting in the next European elections?
Yes, for sure.
I will definitely be voting, yes.
Nope.
Yeah, I always vote. Well, here in Belgium, it's mandatory. But I think it's important to give your voice, even if you don't believe at 100% in one person or one party, but at least to give a direction to the decisions that will be made in the future.
Yes, I think so.
It isn't mandatory, but yes.
Yeah, of course, it's my duty.
Yes, I think I will, but I really have to make research before I do that.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think so, yes.